Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Online Karting League South Africa. We are at East London on board with the juniors, coming out in full force again for a epic junior battle. We've got some guys returning. Defending champion Maddox Mason has returned. He's missed the first round, but he's in for the second, so he only lost one drop round there. Maddox Mason immediately getting out. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Online Karting. Apologies about that. There was a bit of feedback coming through my ear there. Maddox Mason returning for RKT, as well as his brother Matteo Mason, as much as they possibly can be racing for the next couple weeks before they start doing international travels. A lot of these guys, Keenan Duplessis rather, on track as well. The younger brother of Tristan Duplessis. Then Sebastian Ferreira out in his Formula K. Been around the block for a bit now. He's Sebastian Ferreira as well as Keenan. This is his first official full season. Then Max Boshoff, new entry, part of the Extreme Racing team, sporting the Gazoo colours. Max Boshoff, part of the drivers down here in Cape Town, so welcome on board, Max Boshoff. Jake Steyn, another returning driver tonight, in his CRG, sporting the Gainstar Odds Esports or Gainstar Odds Racing suit there. Ooh, cutting the corner, not ideal. Then Deacon Willifeer, part of the driving with the FK kart once more. Then Aaron Mason, Ruan Victor, the victor of the previous round. Ruan Victor has now moved over to the Plus Minus Racing team in Cape Town. Then Aaron Mason, part of RPM. Sebastian Ferreira once more. Santiago Freid, part of was driving a CRG tonight. Sebastian Gelden is another new entry into the league. Sebastian Gelden is keen to see what he does. Jensen Diaz, the young Jensen Diaz, who's been racing since he was 5 years old, so in our league rather. Then Diego Antunes in once more, another round for Diego. And Matteo Mesa win following once more. Apologies about that, guys. We are now 7.5 minutes to go in qualifying. Currently leading the way is Ruan Victor. Ruan Victor going to send it down the inside into the chicane now of Sebastian Ferreira, trying to get as quickly by as he possibly can. Ruan Victor is only 2 milliseconds. Oh, I say that as I say that. Then Deacon Willifeer comes into play, moving himself up into first place now. Almost 2/10 the gap between Deacon Willifeer and Ruan Victor now. Let's just have a look. Who can we see? 328. Matteo Mason going to cross the line. Matteo Mason moving himself up into 5th place now. Let's just go back to Ruan Victor, who's going to cross the line now. Is he going to improve on his lap? Ruan Victor crosses the line. He does improve, but Aaron Mason getting a proper tow from Ruan Victor in front of him, and he moved himself up into pole position with 6.5 minutes to go. That's amazing stuff. Let's just have a look now. Deacon Willifeer, oh, he just finished his lap already. It's going to be swapping of positions quite a lot by all the drivers on the grid. 327 is going to cross the line next, and that is Ashai Nagura, sporting his RPM livery. Well, his nose cone is missing, but well, the paint at least. Ashai Nagura is half a second off the pace, and not ideal for him yet. I know Ashai's got a lot of pace, and he has been putting in a lot of time and effort into the simulator. Deacon Willifeer moving himself up once more into pole. It's a proper shootout as it stands. So Deacon Willifeer in pole position again. Aaron Mason trying to get a tow from Ferreira. Keenan Duplessis is now half a 10th off the pace in 3rd place. Keenan Duplessis is going to maybe try and see if he can tuck in behind Deacon Willifeer to get a proper tow from him. Oh, Deacon Willifeer having a little bit of a moment there. Deacon Willifeer, of course, moving into the Mini Rock series from this year onwards. Deacon Willifeer was part of the 4-stroke series, racing, I believe, Tillotson as well as the F200s, or the F400 series in general. So I believe Deacon will be moving himself into a different series for this season. Very competitive Mini Rock. That's probably the most competitive series in South Africa. At least from an entry perspective, I've seen a lot of entries in that team or in that series. Aaron Mason, Run Victor now crossing the line. Victor not improving. Mason not improving. So Deacon Willifear still has got the top honours as it stands. I see a kart flickering there. Paul Oosthuizen flickering on the grid. Paul Oosthuizen, part of War Motorsports out of Namibia, but he does seem like he's got internet problems. Look at his kart bouncing all over. Not ideal. Then Alexander Prajzovic on track. There is running an X-Pre kart in 8th place as it stands. So difficult to keep up with the lads. They are so quick. And they just keep changing positions. 301 Maddox Mason. Where's his number? Maddox Mason currently in 12th. The defending champ's going to want to get into the swing of things and get his championship defense on the go properly tonight. But not going to be a good start if he needs to start in 12th place. But long races and anything can happen. Aaron Mason now still in 2nd place, trying to keep up to the kart in front of him, which will be Ruan Victor. It seems like he's going to do a good lap. Ashai Nagura moved himself up into 1st place now. So Ashai is now dropping down the hammer. As I say that, look at the gap. 5 milliseconds between 1st and 2nd, and 8 milliseconds between 1st and 3rd. So, oh, Deacon Willifear pulls another good lap in there. Here comes a couple more karts out on track once more. Obviously, you don't want to be going to pit and refilling that kart, so you want to keep that thing out on the track as long as possible to run down your fuel as much as possible. Deacon Willifear now leading the way. Ruan Victor coming down at the bottom of the hill. Will he be able to pip a lap away from Deacon Willifear once more? Victor crossing the line, not improving this time around. Now coming up the hill is Deacon Willifear and Ashai Nagura getting into a proper tow there. Willifear not improving. And Ashai Nagura still... Oop, I saw a kart there in the back just flip over the chicane, I'm assuming there. Let's have a look. What's Boshoff doing? Boshoff running wide, losing a bit of concentration maybe, or just being shunted off the track. Dirty tires now, so they have to take it slowly for the next couple of laps just to get back into that. I think Paul Oosthuizen might have to withdraw from the race if his internet keeps giving him issues. Once again, 2 minutes 20 seconds remaining. Qualifying of the junior division. This is mega. 15 karts on such a small track. 16 karts rather. Down the inside goes Deacon Willifear. He's pulling along Deacon Willifear is pulling along Keenan Du Plessis, who seems to be crossing the line there. But oh, down the inside goes Ashai Nagura, sending himself off the track. A little bit too keen there, I would say. Right, crossing the line now. Keenan Du Plessis, a 10th of the pace. So the gap between 1st and 7th, less than 2 tenths. That's amazing. Mega lap times from these boys. Young says this is also fixed setup. They're running the MINIMAX engines from the Rotax series. Although this is not officially Rotax series, we're just using the engines by chance. But the boys are really changing it up this season. Last 4 years we've been racing with the Mini 60s. This year we decided to change it up a little bit and give the kids something else to do. And so far it seems like the kids are really enjoying it. Crossing the line now once more. Deacon Willifear. Ruan Victor. Where's Ruan Victor? Just keeping an eye on that. Will Ruan Victor be able to improve on his lap time in his Allen kart? Going down the twisties at the bottom of the hill into the hairpin. And then the long run uphill. Ruan Willifear exiting final corner now. It's foot flat. Keep that kart as straight as possible. Momentum all the way uphill. You'd really want to be behind somebody up here, getting a proper tow, but not this time around. I did see Ferreira improve on his lap in 7th place. Didn't move him up a position, but he did improve just slightly on his lap. Sebastian Ferreira with his FK. His karts are really looking beautiful, if I'm honest. Oh, and there we go. Flip in his kart is Ferreira. That's the end of his qualifying run. Victor now once again. We're going to see if he's going to improve. Ashai Nagura moved himself up into 1st place now, with Deacon Willifear in a very close 2nd and Ruan Victor in 3rd place. Doesn't improve this time around. Got 3 Masons on the grid tonight, Aaron Mason from Cape Town and 2 Mason brothers from Gauteng. That's Mateo and Maddox Mason. So amazing 3 surnames, same surnames on track. So that's pretty cool. That's qualifying done and done and dusted. All the drivers will now finish their final laps. First one to cross the line will be Keenan du Plessis in this long stack of carts. Keenan du Plessis going to run up the hill now. Will he improve on his lap? He's currently in 6th place, a 10th of the pace. And it does improve, but not on the standings, just a couple milliseconds really. Jensen Diaz further down the pack as it stands. Aaron Mason in 4th place. Ashai Nagura taking pole position. The only person that could have pipped that, realistically speaking, would have been Deacon Willifie, who put that cart back into the pits. Now that was a mega qualifying if I've ever seen one. Such a small track. We are at East London border karting circuit. Paul Westhuizen all over the place. I think his ping is going to be too much of a problem. Just checking there. Paul Westhuizen is... Whoops, there goes Priceovich. That's going to get a disqualification. Alright, let's just have a quick look at who's starting where. Ashai Nagura leading the way with Deacon Willifie on his outside. The start, they will skip the chicane for the start. Then Ruan Victor in 3rd place. Aaron Mason in 4th. So how does this look? This is Gauteng, Cape Town. Then Max Boshoff in 5th place. Then Keenan du Plessis in 6th. Then 7th place is Sebastian Ferreira. Then we've got Alexander Priceovich in 8th. Maddox Mason leading his brother Mateo Mason, 9th and 10th. And then Diego Antunes in 11th. Sebastian Geldenes on debut is in 12th place. Santiago Freid in 13th. Jake Stein, 14th. Jensen Diaz in 15th. And then at the back of the pack will be Paul Westhuizen, hopefully not causing any issues with that internet. Just having a look. Is his internet spiking once more? Does seem like we've got a little bit more stability this time around. So let's hope the boys behave and they take it nice and clean for the first couple laps. Right, like I said, the boys will go straight and skip this chicane on the start of the race because it will be absolutely chaotic sending 16 junior carts in there. There we go. So this is the start of the race now. We're on the countdown. Ashai Nagura is going to lead the way. Deacon Willifie in 2nd place. Start sequence well on the way. That's lights out on the way we go. Ashai Nagura getting a mega start with Deacon Willifie not getting the best of starts, but it seems like he will be doing enough. No, Ruan Victor is going to come down the inside and send himself up into 2nd place. He's got the inside line covered. Big push from behind as Keenan du Plessis pushing a couple guys forward there, moving them up the field. Maddox Mason retired already. That's unfortunate there. Maddox Mason retiring out of the pre-final. Du Plessis is now on the outside. Ooh, Aaron Mason's going to go around the outside there. Into the first corner, well, last corner, I mean, rather. Sending it, he's running wide. Ooh, that's going to be some time penalties. Mason versus Mason there, unfortunately clipping each other. That's not ideal. First lap done and dusted. Ruan Victor leading the way. How's that? It seems like Ashai Nagura got more than one penalty there. Okay, everybody's going to get a time penalty. That's normal. Oh no, Ruan Victor did manage to get himself up into first from the start. So that's amazing from Ruan Victor on lap 1. Moving himself up into first from the get-go. So that's amazing stuff from Ruan Victor. 9 laps to go. Well, 9 laps is what's on offer. So we only have 8 more laps to go rather. Ooh, Ashai Nagura is now going to get all over the back of Ruan Victor. You don't want to be in first most of this race. You pretty much want to stay in second and just sit behind the leader and just take a big toe off of him into the last start-finish straight battle. But Ruan Victor seems like he's got that under control as it stands. Then Keenan du Plessis and Sebastian Ferreira having a go at it. Alexander Priceovich and Deacon Willifie will be following suit. Then the youngster from Namibia, Paul Oosthuizen, moved himself up into 7th place. That's fantastic there, Paul Oosthuizen. Santiago Freyd in 8th place as it stands. No. Why is there some name missing? We've got Geldenhuys missing. Where's Geldenhuys? He moved. Oh, he probably just fell back one position. Geldenhuys tucking, trying to get maximum pace uphill of that cart. Freyd's got a time penalty, that's why. Then Boshoff on debut in 10th place as it stands. Aaron Mason and Matteo Mason having a battle here at the back. So once again, the two Masons are having a go at it now. Matteo Mason sending it down the inside of Aaron Mason with a classic cutback maneuver there. But Matteo Mason's going to have the inside into the next corner. Yes, and he will send it down the inside of Aaron. RPM versus RKT. And I just want to have a quick look at what's happening here. Juan Ferreira versus Juan Victor rather versus Ferreira versus Duplessis. Victor had a bit of a moment, it seems like it, and he fell back in there. Oh, we see Keenan Duplessis falling back. They're making a mistake at the exit of the chicane. Ferreira now versus Victor. Victor's got the inside line covered there for plus minus racing. And Sebastian Ferreira in his FK card, setting it down the inside of Victor. Nope, Victor's going to have a better exit there. And Ashai Nagura leading the way, crossing the line, lap 6 or lap 5 done. Keenan Duplessis crossing the line, and then Deacon Willifeer. Not the best of starts, unfortunately, after a very, very good qualifying by Deacon Willifeer. Then Pricevic in 6th place as it stands. Then Paul Oosthuizen in 7th, and then Diego Antunes, which is kicked to his name for some reason, is currently holding the last spot on the drivers currently racing, at least. I see a battle here. Santiago Freyd, Aaron Mason. So that means Matteo Mason has moved himself up. Oh, Mason clipping Freyd there. Aaron Mason unfortunately clipping Santiago Freyd. That's not ideal. Let's just move up further and see what we've got here. Deacon Willifeer just behind Keenan Duplessis. Deacon's going to want to move himself up and maximize his points gain from tonight. At least your starting position for the final, because we only score points in the final. Rashai Nagura's doing everything he needs to do so far for RPM. Leading the way, as he pretty much did in Formula K with before flipping his kart on the last lap, the start of the last lap. That was very unfortunate. Oh, I see Deacon Willifeer off the track here on the side on the map. Deacon Willifeer having a moment there, unfortunately. I'm assuming there was collision between Willifeer and... Who was he battling? Duplessis at that time, I think. Right, start of the final lap now. That was very quick. Ashai Nagura leading the way, final lap, keeping it hopefully very clean and consistent. And he secures himself a first place starting position for the final. Ashai Nagura just having a look over his shoulder. He's part of the Cape Town based RPM team, even though Ashai is from Gauteng. Very quick youngster this is. Right, Ashai Nagura finishing the pre-final in first place, then in second, pretty much picking up where he left off last week or last round, and that is Juan Victor. Then, oh, to the line they go. That is Sebastian Keenan Duplessis, then Ferreira. And then crossing the line is Max Boshoff in 6th place on debut, then Matteo Mason. Then we've got Geldenhuys. Aaron Mason, Deacon Willifeer crossing the line after having a rough race, really been in the trenches, fighting it out, trying to move himself up. Alright, that's the pre-final done and dusted. Hopefully all the guys manages to go through the race without any issues. Right, then here we go. Right into the final. No waiting. The youngsters need to race. and they need to get ready for bed. So we need to race and get going with the young boykies. Leading the pack will be once more Ashai Nagura. Really, Ashai has really put down a proper threat for the season. There'll be a restart now. You must put Ashai Nagura down as a favorite, followed by Ruan Victor. Ashai was leading round 1 the last round, all the way up until the last lap where he flipped his cart on the start of the final lap. So yeah, you definitely have to expect Ashai to be a serious contender for the championship this year around. And then Ruan Victor definitely put down put down a serious statement in the previous round, winning it after Ashai flipping his cart. And then there is some other guys. Deacon Williford definitely. Keenan du Plessis quick as well. I wouldn't count out Matteo Mason as well as Maddox Mason. They were contenders for the championship last season. Maddox winning it, of course, hence why he's running 301. But I think Matteo and Maddox will miss a lot of races this year because of international karting travel. So, realistically speaking, they probably won't be in for a title shot. We're just waiting for the guys to not get disqualified while standing on grid. They've got 3 chances after the third one. If you get disqualified, we'll go without you. So hopefully the boys behave. They stay in the race. We can get going with this final at East London. A track that's not being used too much in the South African karting scene on a national stage. That's still an active club on a regional or club level. So, of course, we're going to make this track, and of course, we're going to race on it. That's the beauty of simulators. We can race as much as we want on any track that we want to without the travel costs and logistics around it. So, fantastic. And guys, if you are going to be at the African Karting Championship this coming weekend, please feel free to come around and say hi. I will be walking around there representing Online Karting League. So if you haven't met me yet, please come and say hello, and then let's have a chat. All right, starting sequence. Paul Oosthuizen not starting the race. DNS, that's unfortunate. All right, here we go. Now lights are now starting to go off one by one. That's lights on and away we go. Good start there by Ashai Nagura. Going straight ahead we go. Ooh, look at Ruan Victor having a proper start there. He's not even going to tuck in behind. He's going to try and go around Ashai Nagura from the start. But now look at Deacon Williford getting not Deacon Williford, Keenan du Plessis rather, having a proper start there. Oop, and then having a moment as well. Unfortunately, that will ruin the start of his race, really. Ooh, there's a big battle happening at the back. Let's just have a quick look. Ooh, Matteo Mason's being shunted from the side. Pricevic trying to get through there. And then Keenan du Plessis just coming in across everybody there. Doesn't seem like that was very ideal by Keenan du Plessis. And I see some fights happening there at the back. But we're going to just go back here to Ferreira and Deacon Williford in the FK carts. Oh, Ruan Victor having a spin there. So that's Ruan Victor going to move back quite a lot, unfortunately. Victor having a moment on the exit of the chicane. So now Victor's got everything to do to come back into this race. And it's not a long race. Only 13 laps on a 35-second lap. It's going to be a very tall order for Ruan Victor to move up. But having said that, he's already catching on to the guys in front. So Victor is not out of this at all. Now we've got a proper battle here going between Geldenays and Pricevic. Pricevic going through that chicane. Oh, look at Ruan Victor already all over the back of these two. He's going to send it down the inside into the second corner. Oh, he's going to take 2 for 1. That's a 2 for 1 special there by Ruan Victor. He's not holding back. He's coming through like there's no tomorrow. Ruan Victor passing 2 guys into 1 corner. Way too much space if you ask me. Wow. The Victor is already back up into 5th place. He's going to now have to have a go at the guys in front. So Ferreira And that's young Max Boshoff on his debut race, currently sitting in 3rd place behind Deacon Willifear, and 2.5 seconds is the gap. Ooh, Deacon Willifear's got a time penalty that's putting him down into 3rd place rather, as well as Boshoff. So Ferreira's currently on the timesheets in 2nd place, even though he's in 4th on track. I see a cart here, just chilling. Frayed upside down, so hopefully Frayed gets kicked off before anybody clips his cart. Frayed, it would be mega ideal. There we go, he's off there. That would have been unfortunate if something came from that. Ashina Gura having a proper run here once more. 2.4 seconds. Oh, there seems to be a little bit of a... Deacon Willifear seems like he is catching, so that's good. Let's just have a look at what's happening here. Ruan Victor currently in 4th place on track. He's got everything to do to get back onto the podium hunt there. But, I mean, he's really given us a really good start after making a mistake, just doing a 2-for-1 special. Experience clearly been shopping at Macro, more for less. Taking 2 carts into 1 corner, that was absolutely epic from Ruan Victor there. Right now, Ferreira versus Diego and Tunes is going to send it down the inside, and Tunes having none of that, trying to fight it back, but there we go. Well, Tunes going to come down the inside into the chicane. This is not a place that you want to be fighting side by side. Well done, youngsters. That was not too bad. You guys did give each other enough space to go through there, so that's good. I just want to go back to the front, because here's a proper battle between Deacon Willifear and Max Boshoff on debut, who's currently in 3rd place. He's going to come down the inside for the chicane. He's going to try and move himself up into 2nd. Yes, he does. Into 2nd he goes. Deacon Willifear have to forfeit that. That's not ideal for Willifear, but he's still in the podium and still within a good... Ooh, Willifear, don't climb onto the curb. You don't want to be flipping your cart, and you have Ruan Victor just behind you guys, sniffing a potential podium. Willifear and Boshoff having a proper fight. Right, and up into 2nd place goes Willifear once more. Let's just have a look here. One driver we haven't spoken about on track was Maddox Mason, defending champ, trying to make a comeback. Currently in 7th place, so not a maximum amount of points that he will be... Oh, having a moment as we follow him on stream. Not ideal there. Currently following Aaron Mason for RPM. There's a 3-way battle up in the front for a podium spot. Ruan Victor, as it stands, is moved up into 2nd place on the timing sheets because of time penalties in front of him. So Ruan Victor, if he wants to keep it clean, he can just stay right here and get 2nd place. But now Max Boshoff is going to come at Deacon Willifear once more. Boshoff, Ruan Victor having a moment once again, so he just fell off a little bit. But Deacon Willifear and Max Boshoff, FK versus Extreme, or Kazoo Kart if you want to call it that. Taking 2 different lines, both of these guys through the chicane. Willifear coming with a very, very much tighter line through there. And Boshoff going the wider route, opening up the corner a little bit more. Lap 10 of 13 done and dusted. Wow, these laps have flown by so quickly. And talking about flying up in front, Ashina Gura is still leading the way, 2.3 seconds. Not really pulling away, so anything can still happen. But here comes Boshoff. He's got a really good run out of the last corner, coming uphill now. He's going to do another one of those wider routes through the chicane. It's not really helping him stay close onto the back of Willifear. And then currently having a quiet race down in 5th place is Alexander Prizovic. And then Geldernes on debut in 6th place. Aaron Mason. Then Mateo Mason in 8th place. Diego and Tunes in 9th. We've got Sebastian Ferreira, that is, in 10th. And then Jensen Diaz, the last of the current runners. Retired carts as it stands is Maddox Mason, Keenan Duplessis, Santiago Frey, Jake Steyn and did not start by Paul Westhuizen. Right. Going back to the front fight once more. Jensen Diaz now going to be caught by the leaders. Jensen Diaz is going to want to get his cart out of the way very quickly and let the guys go. Yes, he opens up the door perfectly. Thank you to Jensen Diaz being aware. I'm fairly certain Sebastian Diaz. Jensen's brother is screaming at him, just don't block the guys. There's a proper battle happening up front here. Look what's happening now. We've got Ashina Gura versus Deacon Willifeer, a final lap shootout. Ashina Gura had a big mistake, sending it down the inside into the second corner rather. Is Deacon Willifeer is all over the back of Ashina Gura now. Oh, now that the inside comes Max Bosso. Four-way battle for the final lap. We're going into the twisties now. The S is downhill up into, or down into the hairpin at the bottom of the hill. It's going to be a run uphill now. Oh, down the inside goes Max Boshoff for a glory shot, opening up the door for Deacon Willifeer, who's now moved up into first place. Deacon Willifeer will cross the line in first, then Max Boshoff, then Ruan Victor, then Ashina Gura from first to fourth. That's unfortunate. But on the timing sheets, Ruan Victor is once again the victor of today's race. So there was definitely some Ashina Gura just bumping a cart there, unfortunately. There was definitely some time penalties for the guys behind or in front of Ruan Victor. So Ruan Victor coming out the overall victor, and then Ashina Gura in second, Deacon Willifeer in third, and Max Boshoff in fourth. But on track, Deacon Willifeer crossed the line in first, so that was very interesting there. So very, very cool to see the boys giving us a four-way shootout at the end of the race there. So mega stuff, guys. That is the end of the race. Your on-track winner was Deacon Willifeer, but it seems like timing penalties came into play here, and Ruan Victor took the overall top spot for the second race in a row. And Ashina Gura went from first to fourth, but on the timing sheet got a second place. Deacon Willifeer in third, so that is your podium. And Max Boshoff on debut, absolute mega race for a hunt for the victory at the end on the last lap. Max Boshoff in fourth, then Alexander Prajcevic in fifth place, then Geldenhuys in his debut race in sixth place, then Matteo Mason and Aaron Mason 7 and 8. And that is it for the juniors, guys. That was a mega race. Well done to the youngsters. Very well done. We will see them next week for the next race. Where are we racing next week? Just give me 1 second. Next race will be, if we just have a quick look at the schedule, we will head over to where the African Championship is this week in Swartkop. So the next race will be next week, the 20th of February, round 3 for the juniors at Swartkop. We will see you guys in an hour's time when we get over to our seniors division. That should be a very jam-packed action race there. And like I said, mega race from the juniors, fantastic stuff, and we've lost a lot of guys tonight because of load shedding. So guys, that was a 16 card grid. Next round we will definitely, well, unless Eskom sponsors us with some more load shedding, we will definitely see a full junior division grid. That will be a first for us at OKL. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you in an hour with the seniors division. That is it for now.